I swear sometimes I feel like they move the first floor door another floor down. They don't, but like in my head they do. So yeah, I've mentioned quite a few times recently that haven't had a lot of luck with the demon thing. The last time I got like a bite, or what I thought was one, was that guy, the international marketplace, and ended up chasing him around fucking some parked cars, trying to talk to him, which is weird because usually they would come right to you, and now I feel like I'm always chasing them. Again, it's the camera. You know, it took a while to figure that out. We established they don't exactly know what a camera is, probably, or what it does, but they know it's something that can reveal them, or something that they can be seen with. And I always bring up the double slit experiment, which was the experiment where they were trying to measure why these atoms were moving as they were traveling through these double tubes. During this test, the scientists that were trying to watch what an atom does, or these particular atoms, and during the test, they'd both start off with a tube where they would shoot up to the top of these tubes. I'm explaining this in the fucking dumbest way possible. Anyway, what they came to observe is that when they went to measure the atom, the tubes, to see when the atom would jump, and they did that by measuring the size inside of the air pressure to figure out when the atom actually jumped to the other one. The atom didn't move when they were in the experiment, because it sensed it was being watched, even though it was just being measured. It didn't know how it was being measured. It just knew it was something that was revealing it, much like the demons here. And what that means, as far as the double slit experiment, as a quantum theory, is that when you're not looking at something, it's moving. Things don't move when you look at it, stand still. And when you're not looking at it, it's jumping around, it's moving around, it's erratic. You know, I've mentioned this before, like, in my, I have a theory or my opinion, when you're not looking at something, it's not there. I believe a large part of this world is rendered in a way, not unlike a video game. In quantum theory says that if you are not in a space, it doesn't exist. Like if you're not at home, your home currently doesn't exist. But if someone's there on the phone, right, they're talking to you from home, it exists for them. So what it means really is your area, wherever you are, is being rendered, is the only thing being rendered. It's much like an RPG, like video game, or the EverQuest or World of Warcraft. They have a lot of like shit, a lot of buildings or whatever it is, but to render that stuff all the time would take an enormous amount of computing power and all kinds of shit. I think pixels are involved at some level. I'm not good with talking today, so that's kind of a bummer, because I'm trying to do this. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, but forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Little Lord's Prayer. as I like to do when I remember before I go looking for demons. I don't do that new thing, like that. Forgive your debtors. I mean, how Talmudic is that? Like, who put that in there? That new section that was never there before. I don't know if it's a Mandela effect. The Bible has been fucked over big time by the Mandela effect. Sorry, Pete. I know that's your thing. You can do it anyway. All right. In one of those things, I don't know if it is a Mandela effect, but there's one part. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Is now like forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, which basically just sounds like a please don't kill us goyim thing, which is there's a lot of that in the Bible, you know. You don't hear a lot about these Bible changes from Christians, especially on YouTube. Like, I don't really ever see anybody talking about the Bible changes, and there's a lot of them. How you doing, man? You know, I did a video once listing all the ones that were there at that point, and it was just pages. You know, I just put the images up with the lists of what it is, you know. And there's a lot of stuff that changed. And the fact that I don't ever see anybody talking about it, especially YouTube Christians, well, I don't know if they even actually read the fucking book. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. But to not mention it tells me either they don't really peruse the book that often, which might be the case, or it's not a change to them. You know, because to some people, the Mandela effect, the way it works, is to some people it's not a change. You know, and it doesn't mean anything. Like, you know, you think, oh, if it didn't change, they must be like a robot, an NPC type of thing. But that's not true, because sometimes other things will change for them and some things don't. I have that too. Like a big Mandela effect you hear about is the Jiffy peanut butter. Like, it was Jiffy, to me it was always Jif. So that's not an effect to me. But, you know, I'm affected by a lot of other things, Bible stuff included. You know, the big one people talk about when it comes to the Bible is the lion and the lamb. It's now wolf and the lamb, which is kind of problematic for a lot of flea markets that sell velvet paintings, because, well, I don't know. Did the velvet paintings change? They might. They might have shifted, because sometimes they do. When they don't shift, it's referred to as residue. Let me grab a coffee. Hang on. Big rabbit in there. See if I can close up on it. There we go. Yeah, they always have something cool over there for like photo. Oh, I don't think he's supposed to smoke in this little walkway. This one little section here. And they will enforce it. Security guards love telling you what to do or where not to stand, depending on, you know, what you look like. I was talking about this morning over in Long, this guy having a meltdown next to the door, screaming his head off. People just staying away from him. You know, he's a black dude, so people, they have a very hands-off kind of thing when it comes to them. I think the security guards, they're just afraid of looking racist, so they don't usually intervene when this kind of thing happens, and it's fairly often you see something like this. I saw one walking up here. There's a guy over in the demonic section over by Ross. There's like this little cursed area that attracts ne'er-do-wells. I've highlighted it before, so settled science. Yeah, there was a guy there kind of having all the hissy fit by himself. Just not screaming like the guy here in Longs this morning, but he was real upset about something. And I did some pretty funny pathing. Yeah, some of the ways I choose to avoid things are pretty funny to me. You know, I mean, if you could see it, you know, if you were able to see it, it would be funny, but not from this perspective. There we go, good. It's always uncomfortable waiting for the lights because people get real up on you. I think the idea is, and this happens in lines too, am I just going to complain about old man shit? Yeah. I think the idea is putting the pressure on you will somehow make the line move quicker or make the light change, you know, like back there, the light change, people waiting for the light change. Or that I'll be made uncomfortable, so I'll move for them. That's certainly a line thing. But it doesn't really affect how fast the cashiers move or how quick the light changes. That's kind of hard for people to understand, but it's not how that works. So yeah, the mental effect in general, I don't think people talk about it enough. Because no one's really come up with anything that, I mean, every once in a while I'll hear something like, oh yeah, that's probably it. You know, something as far as like maybe CERN or, you know, some kind of theory that sounds right, but upon further introspection, thought, they you know, nah, you know. I don't know what causes that. They want you to think CERN is involved. You know, they drop all these sort of Easter eggs, the people in CERN. Have you ever seen that Happy Time video with that horrible song from, what's his face, the real effeminate black dude? I should call anybody effeminate, Jesus. Yeah, they were dropping these things throughout the video. It was just like a day at CERN, you know, and they had this one guy holding a sign that said Mandela effect, but he had signs in front of it, so you couldn't really read it straight out, but if you look at it, it's what it says. Something tells me that they're not doing it. Either they're not doing it at all, or it's something that's happening as a side consequence of the shit they're doing. But either way, they want you to think they're in control of it, because they can't have you thinking that they're not in control of something. Okay, the moon's supposed to be 500,000 miles away, right? Yet it's so low in the sky that if I walk right behind this building, it vanishes. It goes right behind the building. That's not something that's 500,000 miles away. I mean, there's just so many things like that now that are just simple, like that just like I look at now and I'm like, what? Why the fuck did I ever fucking think that was where they said it was? You know, but I mean, from the time you're born, you're just bombarded with all this shit, programming, you know, spellcraft. There's just all stuff that they bombard you with. You go into kindergarten and they got the globe right next to the teacher's fucking table, and you have those thoughts like, well, what are people in Australia? Wouldn't they be upside down? And it's like, no, silly, you're just stupid. This is something called gravity, which fills in all the holes of every part of our story. You can't see it, you can't measure it, it's not really something you can prove that's there, but trust us, it's there, because if it wasn't there, all the bullshit we're telling you wouldn't work. So trust us, it's there. But the moon, when I was a kid, much like the sun, was very different. The sun, I was thinking that today when I came outside this afternoon. The sun burns you now. Like, I mean, you know, or it feels like, you know what it feels like? If you ever been under a heat lamp, you can feel the part of your body that it's on is hotter. It's like burning. Like walking under the sun today, the part of me that was facing the sun felt like I had a heat lamp on it. And the other half of me that wasn't exactly facing the sun wasn't burning. Again, now this is something that's supposed to be even further away than the moon. This is supposed to be way, way, way out there. If that were true, it wouldn't have that effect. It wouldn't be, there's just none of it would work. I mean, there's no way. Something that far away would take up the whole sky. You wouldn't be able to see it, and you wouldn't be able to turn away from it and not feel like you're burning. And I never felt like I was burning in the sun before. Like, I mean, of course you get sunburns and things like that, but it was it was a lot higher in the sky, and it was a warm kind of glow. You would be surprised later, or I would, when I got sunburned. I was like, wow, I didn't feel it when I was out there, but you know, even on some days, if it's a cloudy day, you don't even see the sun, and I'd still end up with a sunburn. I'm like, wow. And the whole thing was, you didn't feel it when it was happening to you. Now you feel it. Like, you go under it and you feel the heat. Like, you feel it's burning you. It's fucked up. Father, Molly Crew. I'm lost in the wishing world. I give him thumbs up for that. I gotta support my white brethren when they drive around listening to cool music. Because usually it's off-white people listening to the fucking worst music. I mean, it's not my style anyway for a lot of this music here, but it's like, you know, I see dudes rolling around cranking these like love ballads, like these sort of hip-hop like love ballads. It's like, that's not cool. You know, it's just not cool. I mean, again, it's not my culture. I don't know. But rock and roll, heavy metal, punk rock, it's designed to be played loud. It's, you know, something that you can have booming out of your car, or in that case on your motorcycle. Whereas, you know, you don't need the fucking stereo on 10 with the fucking car shaking for baby whoa whoa whoa, oh baby whoa whoa whoa. You know, it's like, it just looks gay. You know, I'd much rather have some loud heavy metal made by guys that are dressed like women, because that's not gay. Me and you out here walking, and how quiet is it out here?
Very quiet.
It's fucking weird. It's weird quiet. Like,
yes. It feels like COVID.
Yeah, it's almost like lockdown.
Yeah.
And the only people out here are people you don't want to fucking hang out with. Basically, right? I mean,
yeah. And it's only what, Thursday, 11:30 or something?
Yeah, it's not midnight yet.
Yeah. It's so quiet.
We were just stopping by her work because she wasn't sure if
It used to be never like this.
No. She wasn't sure if she locked the door, and it was one of those things where it's like, you were going to think about it all night.
When I was growing up, 4 a.m., there's a lot of people walking around. Clubs are open.
Well, they had like a nightlife. They had a nightlife back then.
Yeah, used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
But they closed down all the alcohol.
Yeah, there's really nowhere to go for like a nightlife thing here.
Yeah, and all the bars, they were closed the longest out of everything.
Oh yeah.
More than restaurant, more than anything.
Like, what is it, like top of Waikiki? That's really about it.
Yeah.
The only thing you can go,
like 2 drinks for $60.
Yeah, there's no nightlife here at all. You know, there's a lot of fucking nothing going on. I mean, it's so quiet out here that when we would stop talking, it was like, it felt like a blanket.
This way?
Well, yeah, whatever you want to go this way. We'll go this way and then cut over. Yeah.
Oh, we used to have those kind of lights at our house.
I was telling the story one day about how they painted this place.
Oh, it's so awful.
And when they painted it this color, it's like people came back.
Yeah, but when there was that awful blind
bright
green,
canary yellow.
it was
It was yellow.
Oh,
like
it yellow?
bright yellow, and like it was like a people
Not
repellent.
nice yellow. It was like
Mexican, like
mustard
south of the
or-
border, which looks fine if you're south of the border, but here, you know, what do they call that? That sort
It was
of.
awful.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
Or was it
happened.
Pepto-Bismol? No, it was
No,
yellow.
it was like a yellow. I don't know if
It
they.
was awful.
I
Yellow.
don't know if it was by mistake and they meant to have another
No, I
color.
don't think so, because they changed after a week. They're like,
But when they painted it
this,
super crazy yellow, no one went there,
yeah, nobody.
right? This was always empty, and then as soon as they changed back to this color, which is barely better. I mean, it's not as loud, but
Yeah.
still not great. But people started showing up again.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It
weird.
was weird.
Yeah.
They said that if they see red, people buy more. So that's why Target is red.
Oh yeah. All psychology
Right.
stuff.
Or deep maroon makes you want to eat more. So a lot of restaurant has the maroon background.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of doctors' offices are blue, light blue,
Yeah.
because it's supposed to put you in a calming mood. Yeah, this is all psychological stuff they worked out in deep military programs many years ago,
I'm sure.
and now they foist it on the population. Why is it not the night cam? Whenever I don't know. I got to get a new phone. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I just always forget.
Oh yeah.
I got
You
it
could
out.
have got it many times.
I know. I just forget. And plus, we have to go to Verizon, T-Mobile. Yeah, we don't drive,
Yeah.
so
Oh, we do have.
we could take the bus there.
No, we have Uber.
And Uber, yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
I don't
have
know.
rides all
It's
the
yeah, it
time.
just seems like a project.
Actually, speaking of ride,
Yeah.
Dad wanted to give us a car, and I said no.
Who did?
Dad,
Well, the thing about getting a car is we don't
have parking.
have parking, but we'd have to buy a parking space in
Yeah,
there.
that's too much.
And then I haven't had a license since 2014 or
Yeah,
something like
I
that.
don't think it would be good for us.
No.
No.
Well, my doctors told me I probably shouldn't drive. That's why I stopped.
Yeah.
Remember
no.
that? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't like driving either.
Driving around
And
here.
Both of us, we have road rage. I know.
Oh yeah,
Bad road
especially
rage.
around here. This is the worst drivers, and I've ever seen anywhere.
Yeah, you see people. Oh my gosh.
It's fucking insane.
You know, Asian drivers.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's like everybody
Yeah,
is
that's
kind of
like
like
me.
that.
I can say it.
Well, no, Asian drivers are fucking shit terrible. Usually, the old men Asian guys are the worst.
Oh yeah, woman too. No, woman.
Like your dad. Well, the
Yes,
thing about
and
the
woman.
thing about the old Asian guys is they drive super fast.
Yeah.
Like they're always gunning it. The
women
women
are
drive like the
sad.
blind. You know,
Yes.
they drive like the blind.
Asian woman, they drive so bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of people walking accidents. A lot of
Ugh, ugh.
pedestrian
And- oh no, yeah, you
accidents
got
out there. I got
three
hit 3 times. I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah, I got hit 3 times. Dave gets
Thank
really
God
upset
it
when I
wasn't
bring him up.
hard.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't hard. I didn't even get knocked over. Once I wobbled, and that was it. Both times they kind of blew it off, like, oh, sorry, and kept driving. And then one lady, old Asian lady, she kind of stopped and looked at me, and I'm like, you're all right. I think she was more like, I don't know. She wasn't really thinking about me. I think she was more just like
she was
startled. Probably worried.
Scared, yeah.
Probably worried if her car was hurt. I'm going in front of you.
She's scared.
Remember, Buns,
On her way.
the ground is lava. You got to stay on the squares. And you know what though? I mean, it's a game, lava, but there's actually a lot of dog shit over here too.
Oh yeah, dog food.
So that's worse than lava.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually it is.
So stay on the squares. Yeah.
Way
I
worse.
don't know. So that was a nice walk we got in. And
Short but good.
now you have peace of mind.
Short and sweet, yeah.
Because not knowing if you locked that front door would have drove you
Yes.
crazy. I'm surprised you lasted as long as you did before you brought it up. I would have been talking about the second I walked in the door. Well, that about wraps up this for today. I'm going in for the night. So I'm going to take this opportunity to also use this for an end for the video. We have to
Oh,
do
I'm
something soon. Oh no, I'm just talking to
Oh,
I
I just
Myself.
got a text. So I was
oh, that's cool. As always, thanks for dropping in and making sure I haven't been picked up yet by the ice cream van. And as always, don't blame the teacher.
Blame the school.
That's right. One thing I have noticed about the 7.0 though is that it messes with my memory like hardcore. It's like I can't remember what I even did today, because I'm going through today's budget, and I know I got pills this morning, right? I got a new pair of headphones because I broke mine, and I just can't figure out what I did with the other remainder of that $100 bill. I know I had 100. I bought cream. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what I did myself, but yeah, that's one thing I have noticed it has done, is it when I'm taking them, it makes it hard to piece the day together. The days I'm off them, I get a lot more clarity. So I have memory issues anyway because of the DID. I was diagnosed in 2012. I've done videos about it. It sucks. But it's settled science, you know. Talked about it here before. Oh, unsettled science. Unsettling fucking science. It fucking sucks. You know, I'm not trying to fucking be complainy guy about it, but you know, I mean, I live with it. It's just a thing. It's another thing. But what it does is that plays havoc with your memory a lot, because you're kind of checked out sometimes. And so I don't know if it's the pills that trigger the symptoms of that. I know a lot of drugs do affect, like they say, weed's supposed to affect schizophrenia. You know, I don't know. You don't know with this stuff. You know, but either the pills themselves are doing it, or they're triggering the ID symptoms, because it feels the same way. So either it's making me have memory, or it's triggering the episodes, you know. And it's harder on days when me and Nia are apart, because usually she'll fill in blanks for me. Like, well, when did I buy this? Or why is this? Oh, we were here yesterday. And I can't remember it sometimes. But fuck that, it's a weird feeling. It's very frustrating. Like you're pulling and pulling on this thing, trying to fucking figure it out. Not because of any reason. Like there was no bad outcome because of it. Like, oh God, I spent the rent money. It wasn't anything like that. It was just the money I had for the day that I earmarked for today. Like I said earlier, we have to have a very kind of close, a very strict but not very strict. We have an idea of what we can spend daily to make things run smoothly. And if I go out of that space a few days in a row, it starts to fuck everything else up. So it's like, you know, it's good to remember what you're doing. And today I just fucking can't. Like, I don't know, when did I get up? Like 9:30, something like that. And it's like 5 now. I'm talking to Nia on the phone. I'm like, I don't fucking remember what the hell I did. And I'm trying to go through the day, like where I went. And it's fucking hard. So I don't know. Another reason to you know, stop taking the pills. We're good completely. But as of right now, yeah, we're still working on that.